What's going on social media? Chilling. Now, I just want to talk to y'all a quick second. Well, not even a quick second. I don't even know how long this is going to go. All right, because I'm on pre-workout. On half a perk. I'm not on a Percocet, but if this is how a perk feels, like how pre-workout, it makes you feel real up, then I'm with it. Right? This Reuben sandwich video. Nigga. Now look. I can't believe I'm actually pissed off at my own work. Right? So one day me and my girlfriend just decided to shoot a video about a Reuben sandwich. Whatever. Right? She's been wanting me to eat a Reuben. The whole story. If you've been at least listening a little bit, that I ate a Reuben in the Navy and I didn't like it. So she introduced me again to the Reuben that we bought from Arby's. Ate that. Now, for some reason, I just was compelled to check my YouTube this morning just because sometimes I just like to just check to see how many views I get. And on most of the videos I get, I don't get a lot of views. All right? But with this fucking sandwich, this shit's up to like 1.17 views. Because niggas want to watch you eat? Is that... You know what the problem is? I'm like a mixtape rapper. I'm like a rapper from the early 2000s. That's my problem. I haven't gotten with the times. Like, I'm up here giving advice to motherfuckers and trying to improve your fucking life, you know what I mean, to make shit a little bit better for you. And the only thing niggas give a fuck about is, hey, did you eat that sandwich? Like, hey, are you, like, how's the sandwich? Like, is it good? Nigga. And look, I have 2 breakfast sandwiches here. I'm gonna eat these, you know what I mean? I got cups of ice. I got like 3 cups of ice and shit, because these melt down in the water. If that's the shit you give a fuck about. But, you know what I mean? I'm going to eat the sandwiches. I'm just, when you microwave a breakfast sandwich for 2 minutes, it takes a while to cool. Being that this is the shit motherfuckers give a fuck about, But at the same time, I can't blame you. Because, look. My problem is this. My problem is that I'm the only person that thinks the way I think. Meaning like, okay... I'm someone that likes I'm someone that likes lyrical rap. I'm someone that likes the technical aspect of shit. I like to know how things work. I like to know the inner workings. Like, my driver manager hit me up because there's a camera in my truck, because a motherfucker wrecked into a back of a family of 4 people at JB Hunt. RIP to the Jaws family. But if I'm around something, I like to know how it works. I'm not someone that wants to get in the truck and just drive it and just, hey, I'm driving and it's all good. I like to know how things work, especially if I'm going to be spending a lot of time with it. So my driver manager hits me up the other day, and I know I'm telling a long story, right? But just follow me here, right? Pre-workout. That, hey, you sent us a couple videos of this, that, the third, or whatever. Can you send us more videos? I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever, sure. Like, she's like, well, we don't know if the camera's working, this, that, the third. Because, if I'm going to be riding around with a camera staring at me, I want to know what triggers this motherfucker. Personally, me. With that being said, I'm someone that likes lyrical rap. I like the double entendre. I like when a nigga rap my motherfucking head off. Like, I'm not someone that listens to a song just to feel the vibe of it. Like, I don't care. Like, if a nigga spitting that shit to me. Like, I grew up in the early 2000s, so it's like, that's the type of rap I gravitate to. So I almost get irritated when a motherfucker raps basic. Now, where does this all lead? Now, what does this have to do with the sandwich? That I'm the only motherfucker that thinks the way I think. Meaning, like, okay, even when it comes to advice, hold on just a second. Let me grab the sandwich. Well, I can't get mad at it. At least it's getting views. But I'm just saying, like, it's a breakfast sandwich. I don't like to get up at 4 a.m. and cook. I'll cook breakfast, but, like, during the week, I don't like to cook too much. You know what I mean? Because I don't like to sit in front of a stove. My mind, and then too, I'm paranoid. Like when I leave the house, I be thinking the house gonna blow up because I don't remember if I turned the stove off or not. So I don't typically like to cook in the morning because I be paranoid. Like I listen to a lot of advice videos, right? But I've been listening to a lot of people giving advice videos for a long time. And I've applied a lot of this stuff that motherfuckers be talking about in these videos, right? And I'm still eating the sandwich, right? Don't think I forgot. We're staying on the sandwich. I haven't forgot. I can't get mad at the video getting views. I just think it's crazy that motherfuckers give a fuck about a Reuben. But whatever. I'm someone that has tried a lot of these things and has done a lot of, experimented with a lot of the advice that motherfuckers put out on social media. I've experimented with it, tried it, hit this at the third. Like, okay, well, maybe, I can see how a motherfucker might like this or a motherfucker might fuck with this. I can kind of see, how someone would get that. You know what I mean? Now, and I've come to understand that a lot of advice on YouTube, at least 80% of it is bullshit. You know why? Because I've tried it, right? There's a handful of niggas that know what the fuck they talking about. So when it comes to these advice videos, or just advice in general, when I give advice, like, okay, because most of my content is based in advice, these are things that I've actually tried. Like, these are things that I've actually lived. These are things that I've experienced. Like, I don't just tell motherfuckers shit to just say shit. Like, and I think that's my problem is, like, I'm trying to be a real nigga in a world full of fake shit. Hey, because motherfuckers don't actually give a fuck about advice that's really going to help them. They just want the flash. Hey, still eating the sandwich. I like these little breakfast sandwiches. You know what I mean? It's a real convenient way to eat. I don't know if these motherfuckers are good for you or not, but like I said, I'm not cooking in the morning. But back to the advice, right? Most of y'all want the flash. Niggas and bitches. Men and women both want the flash, right? Now, I watch a lot of Love and Hip Hop. Me and my girlfriend have been watching a lot of Love and Hip Hop lately, right? And I'm the kind of person, when I watch something long enough, I can see the structure of it. Like, as far as the women in this show, I don't want to say they're stupid. I don't think they're stupid. Personally, I don't think they're stupid. I just think women love too much. Meaning, like, y'all love past the point where it makes sense. But I've someone that's been around the right type of advice, and I've come to understand about women that y'all don't even really want to be better. You just want to feel good. Like, that's the only thing y'all give a fuck about. Y'all give a fuck about the highs, the lows that a nigga take you on. The worst thing you can be to a motherfucking woman is boring. Like, and I'm gonna understand, even if you cheating on a girl, if she likes you enough, a lot of y'all will take a nigga back. And that's a lot of this Love and Hip Hop show. Like, so even when I give advice, like, personally, I don't care to necessarily give advice to women like that. Like, if I were to give advice for a living, I wouldn't want to. Because a lot of y'all don't even really want to, like, take it, listen, and apply it. Y'all just want to talk about it. Like, y'all just want to express feelings. It's just all of its feelings. Like, okay, I used to give advice a lot back in the day. Like, I had, like, a lot of female friends I was dealing with at the time, right? And I would tell them shit, right? Just try to help them be better, right? Just, hey, man, this nigga doing this to you. Like, motherfucker would take that shit, go suck that nigga dick, and then come back for more advice. And this would happen a lot. Like, well, I mean, I let my baby daddy fuck me again, and he won't listen to me. He's still a dog ass nigga. If a nigga can get over playing you over and over and over, and you're gonna just sit there and keep taking it, why should he change? Like, that was the common theme I saw through Love and Hip Hop. Like, Emily, like, poor Emily. I feel for Emily because it's like, I'm just saying based off the episodes that I've watched, right? And I know a lot of this is old. But Fab be dogging the fuck out Emily. And she just, when it comes to, like, meeting a guy that's nicer, like, okay, you're cool and all, but I don't really, I still miss Fabulous. And it's like, bitch, what? Like, but I get it, right? Being that I know the advice and the technical aspects of the shit that I know, you know what I mean? I get it. Once y'all love a nigga, that's it for y'all. Like, a nigga can flip a school bus full of kids. As long as you love them, that's the only thing that matter. Y'all won't make excuses for it in your head. Now, men on the other side, y'all are worse, but for different reasons. The only thing, as far as advice that niggas give a fuck about, is what's gonna get me ass the fastest. I got a homeboy, right? And every time me and my homeboy talk, he'll tell you, bro, I'm not paying for no dates. I'd rather just buy some ass. Right? Now me, because I give a fuck about the technical aspect of shit, and I'm still eating this sandwich. All right? I should have stopped being a jerk. But my homeboy would tell me, bro, I'd rather just pay for it. All right? Now, I don't feel like a woman can respect the nigga that buy ass. I personally just feel that. But My problem is that I'm a stickler for my respect. But I live and die by it. Like, I don't want it to be involved with anything unless I'm being respected. Like, the problem is, I'm the only nigga that think like that. Like, I've never liked the idea of being involved with a woman if she don't respect me. Even, like, anything that's even slightly disrespectful, I will just leave. And my homeboy was talking to me yesterday. He's like, I like that toxic shit with a girl want to beat on me and everything. And I'm just like, all right, dog. And I'll tell him this, and just like I tell y'all, I'm telling him. Like, I get it. I mean, I guess, if that's what you like. But most niggas would rather go the ass buying route. Fuck respect. What's going to get me laid the fastest? And that's the only thing most niggas care about. Now, what does this have to do with food? I'm sitting out here trying to give out all this advice. Help motherfuckers. Show somebody the different technical aspects of shit. The only thing girls give a fuck about is love. The only thing niggas give a fuck about is sex. Like, and here's the thing. Like I said, I'm a stickler. I'm hardcore about my respect. Most men don't care if they're disrespected as long as they're fucking. Like, most men don't care. Like, you can beat on a nigga, cheat on the nigga. And I've seen this in Southeast Georgia a lot, right? Girl will cheat on a nigga, fuck his homeboy, dog him out, steal from him, all that shit. As long as that pussy in that throat is hitting, a nigga will make an excuse as to why he should keep fucking with this bitch. Like, personally, me, I'm past making excuses for people. But the other problem I have also is I hold people to too high of a standard because I hold myself to it. I don't do nothing to people that I wouldn't do for myself, that I myself won't do. And the problem is, again, I'm the only one that thinks this way. So, I'm out here giving out all this advice trying to help motherfuckers to be better people and all this other shit. And it's probably like maybe 2 people out of 10 that give a fuck about it. A lot of y'all, 1, want to just get laid, and a lot of y'all, 2, want to get loved. Like, and it's very surface level if you ask me. Which is why I kind of never really fuck with the whole mukbang thing. Because it's like, okay, how easy it is for me to just grab a sandwich and eat it on camera. Like, I got real shit to talk about. But like I said, most motherfuckers are not crazy about real shit. Most men don't want to know the technical aspect of how to get a woman. Most men don't want to know push-pull. They don't want to know, about swiping right on every person on Tinder to try to get matches. They don't want to know, like, okay, you tell a dude to take a woman on the date on a place that he wants to take her on the first date. Like, niggas is like, nah, she bad. I'm gonna take her where she want to go. Never liked the idea of that. These are things I dislike. Like, men want to be followers. Like, that's another thing too. Most niggas want to be in a relationship, but just for the anytime sex part. Like, if you knew the amount of work that it took to actually be in a relationship and like the amount of leadership it took to really fuck with a motherfucker long term, a lot of y'all wouldn't do it. Like, I mean, most niggas avoid relationships for the most part, but I'm saying, like, at some point, at some point, you're going to get to a point where you like a motherfucker enough. Right? And you're going to have to learn how to lead. Like, it's one of the things I, used to deny for a while. One of the first fucked up relationships I had with my baby mama. I used to expect her, to be on the same shit that I'm on, And it be simple shit too. Like, hey, like, listen, let's just save money. Let's just work together. Let's, raise the kids together. Let me tell you something about women. If a motherfucker got it in their mind to be a dumbass, they're going to find a way to be a dumbass. Like, I mean, that's on the highest level or the lowest. If a motherfucker, because here's the thing I've noticed about y'all, right? The shit y'all think y'all want, y'all don't want it. The consistency it takes to fuck with a man long term, most of y'all ain't fucking with that. Like, that wanting to fuck, like, okay, most niggas consistently want to fuck throughout the week. Women, the way y'all are set up, y'all want to fuck when y'all feel like it, but that may not be a consistent feeling. Does that make sense? Like, okay, being with a man is a day in, day out job. I think most niggas on the guy end, they get stressed about the emotional maintenance of it all. Because the thing about niggas is niggas do not like emotion. Like, and emotions are the only consistent thing you're going to get with a woman. Hey, the only thing. still eating the sandwich. But emotionally, the only consistent thing you're gonna get with a woman. Everything else is based on how she feels. Meaning, like, you may want sex throughout the week. You may want to fuck. You may not want to fuck. I mean, I don't know. I'm just speaking on it. But, like, okay, say you done been with a guy 10 years. At the 10-year mark, a dude still expects you to fuck the same way you did when you was 23. Like, because our sex drive don't stop. Like, I mean, unless we get older. But the sex thing with a man, it don't turn off. Like, it don't switch off. You know what I mean? You're going to consistently feel that way. But over time, you know, say you meet a girl when she's like 22. By the time she's 32, her sex drive may be different. It may change. I've heard women's sex drives go up in their 40s. I don't know. It's one of the things I consider. Like, that's why I work out so hard, right? Because one thing about it, about turning 30, is that when you get to 30, 30 just feels like a long way when you in your 20s. When you turn 30, everything else after that starts moving fast. I remember being 30, and then one day I woke up and I was 34. Like, it didn't take long. So if it comes that fast in my 30s, 10 years won't, I mean, just in time aspect, right? It won't be long before I'm 45. And what do I want to be when I'm 45? Those are the questions I ask myself, right? You know, being that I'm trying to mix mukbanging, I guess, and talking real shit, because that's the only way motherfuckers are going to absorb it, right? What's life going to be like when I'm 45? You want to have good credit. You don't want to have a house. You don't want to have a family. You know, I want to be on top of my money. That's why I work every day at it. Because before in my 20s, all I did was party and bullshit. And now I have to clean up the stuff that I did in my 20s because all I did was party and bullshit. That's mostly how I'm able to, like, you know, keep this YouTube channel going and make videos. Because all throughout my 20s, all I did was party like a motherfucker, right? I can tell you, I got stories for days. And if I get into the Florida aspect of my life, we'll be here all week. Like, but a lot of this stuff comes from experience. I've been here, I've been overseas, I've been up and down the eastern seaboard, I've traveled, like, I've done shit. So personally, me settling and sitting down somewhere, it's new-ish. Like, having a consistent home is newish for me, because I've never really, you know, I had a wife once upon a time, but when that ended, I stopped giving a fuck about being in a relationship with anybody. That was a 10-year stretch of me just being on bullshit. So when you now come back around to where I have a home and, you know, I have a girlfriend that I live with, and, you know, and you have to be responsible for everything, at this point in my life, I'm ready to take it on, right? Because I've done all the other shit. But at the same time, on the other side of that coin, it also gets you to a point where you are at a breaking point. Because how many relationships do you have in you before you get sick of motherfuckers in general? Because the way this generation, and I hate when people say that, the way this generation is set up, realness is not in style. Like, being real, being authentic, you know, standing on your respect, standing on business, that's not a thing anymore. Motherfuckers want clicks, likes, views. Motherfuckers gonna do anything to go viral. Like, everything's a viral moment, and it's like, you know. But I mean, as times change, so must you too do so. And that was something I learned this morning. I was like, you know what? I've been saying, putting together all these videos the same way, and it hasn't really got me anywhere. And I have no one to blame myself. Because I'm thinking people want to hear real shit. Because you got a few people that want to hear it. But the general average person you're going to run into on the street doesn't live by that metric. So the challenge is about done, and so am I. So I got to start working a little bit. Y'all do what y'all do. I do what I do. Whatever, nigga.